Let's meet Toby. Doesn't Toby look happy? Wouldn't it be great if all animals could be happy like Toby? Unfortunately, not every animal lives a life like Toby. Warning, what you're about to see may be disturbing to some. Imagine someone you love being treated like an animal in a lab. Need some help? Warning, the following video may be found very disturbing by some.
A lot more shocking than I anticipated. I think we kind of knew what was going to happen, but actually seeing it in the flesh in a respect is always takes you back, but it reiterates why we're doing what we're doing at the end of the day.
We're seeing buses come past and people are watching and looking with complete shock in their eyes and trying to find out what's going on, and then you tell them, and there is just so much sympathy and empathy and hope and desire to kind of sign that petition and a real desire to see this practice end. Someone pointed out to me, if this were an animal in our window that we were doing this to, we'd have the police down, we'd have the RSPCA down, we'd have all of the animal rights groups up in arms. But the fact that this is something that goes on daily in laboratories across the world without that sort of protest is really telling.
Disturbing, isn't it? Can you imagine your mom, dad, brother, sister, or even your best friend in that situation? Something else disturbing? The amount of money that is used for animal experimentation every single year. Let's look at some of these prices from various places. As you can see right here, the amount of money being used is absolutely crazy. This money is used every single year. Some of us won't even make any of this money in a lifetime. Is it really necessary to spend billions of dollars on tests that are common sense, barely work, or have no meaning to humans, especially while animals are being tortured in the process? A turning point is coming, though. People are realizing the uselessness and immorality that comes with animal testing. Scientists are currently working on alternative ways to test procedures, makeup pieces, and treatments.
The first is sophisticated tests using human cells and tissues. This is known as in vitro methods. Then there are advanced computer modeling techniques, often referred to as in silico methods. And third, there are studies with human volunteers. These and other non-animal tests are not hindered by the species differences that make applying animal test results to humans difficult or impossible. And they usually take less time and money to complete. So here are some examples of in vitro testing. Harvard University's Weiss Institute of Biologically Inspired Engineering has created organs on chips that contain human cells grown in a state-of-the-art system to mimic the structure and function of human organs and organ systems. The chips can be used instead of animals and have been shown to replicate human physiology, diseases, and drug responses much more accurately than crude animal experiments do. Examples of in silico models. Researchers have developed a wide range of sophisticated computer models that simulate human biology and the progression of developing diseases. Studies show that these models can accurately predict the way that new drugs will react in the human body. And now some examples of research with human volunteers. A method called microdosing can provide vital information on the safety of an experimental drug. Volunteers are given an extremely small one-time drug dose, and sophisticated imaging techniques are used to monitor how the drug behaves in the body. Advanced brain imaging and recording techniques, such as functional magnetic resonance imaging with human volunteers, can be used to replace archaic experiments in which rats, cats, and monkeys have their brains damaged. These modern techniques allow the human brain to be safely studied down to the level of a single neuron, as in the case of intracranial electroencephalography. Yet another alternative are human patient simulators. These are strikingly lifelike computerized simulators that breathe, bleed, convulse, talk, and even die. They've been shown to teach students physiology and pharmacology better than crude exercises that involve cutting up animals. Most high-tech simulators mimic illnesses and injuries and give the appropriate biological response to medical interventions and injections of medication, and have been shown in numerous studies to impart life-saving skills better than courses that require students to cut into live pigs, goats, or dogs.
Though those new research methods are able to be used solely, what can people do to make sure animal experimentation ends even sooner? Together, we can contact our congressman to try to create stricter laws regarding animal testing. We can stop funding companies that use animals in testing and start funding those who don't. Together, we can make more animals extremely happy, just like Toby.